with Francisco Barrios in his new role as energy czar. Pedro Pierluisi.
Good morning, everyone. It is a pleasure to join you here today in this 6th annual summit of the Puerto Rico Solar and Energy Storage Association. I commend you all for participating in this important conference. I thank SESA President P.J. Wilson and Javier Rua for their invitation and for the organization's leadership in advancing our island's renewable energy portfolio. I also want to recognize our special guest, U.S. Department of Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm, whose support for Puerto Rico is key to achieving our energy independence goals. Transforming our electric system and creating a more resilient, cleaner, efficient, and affordable generation and distribution of energy in Puerto Rico is one of the most important priorities of my administration, and in fact, one of the most important goals that Puerto Rico has to achieve. Electricity is an essential service for our residents and our business sector, which is why having a robust and modern energy system is of vital importance to our socio-economic development. That transformation that is already underway has at its foundation the continuous development of our growing renewable energy industry, which benefits our economy, our people, and our planet. Now more than ever, given the high cost of power generation from fossil fuels and its harmful effects on our environment, our government has been taking decisive actions to advance the modernization of our electric grid, promote efficiencies in our existing generation assets, and further the development of renewable energy and storage utility-scale projects, as well as distributed energy, microgrids, and net metering. SESA has been a leading voice in these efforts, and we continue to count on you all to help us accelerate and realize our commitments, which are clearly established in Puerto Rico's energy public policy. Now, with the leadership of Secretary Granholm in further integrating the federal government in our ongoing transformation efforts, our people will again see the advantages of having the federal and state public sectors, our private sector, and our communities working together towards a common goal: full independence from fossil fuels. We're looking forward to continuing the work with Secretary Granholm in the new role assigned to her by President Biden, so that we keep moving forward towards the PR 100 study objectives, which include the collaboration of 6 national laboratories, as well as public, private, and community stakeholders, to get us on the best footing to produce clean energy for all in Puerto Rico. The Secretary's hand-on assistance will also be key in the fast-tracking of the reconstruction and modernization projects for our electric system, backed by the $9.5 billion in FEMA disaster funding, as well as the best use of the CDBG-DR and CDBG-MID funding we have available for distributed energy and microgrid initiatives. Let me outline where we are in this important transformation that makes our energy public policy a reality. In the first place, we're working hard to end PREPA's bankruptcy, which is certainly a challenge. My administration is committed to ensuring that the debt restructuring process is affordable, does not put an undue burden on the backs of our working people, and does not interfere with our energy systems transformation. I have instructed the Puerto Rico Fiscal Agency and Financial Advisory Authority to continue to work with the Oversight Board to take whatever actions are necessary to defend Puerto Rico's best interests, achieve affordable electricity, and ensure a cleaner and reliable electric energy system for the people of Puerto Rico. We remain available to work with our creditors to reach a fair and reasonable restructuring agreement, and we're supporting the Oversight Board in the continuation of PREPA's process in the Title III Court. And we will continue to oppose any rate or charge that may be viewed as a sun tax. Right now, with the FEMA funds available for the reconstruction of our grid and the necessary improvements to our power plants, there are 48 projects in design or construction phases for a total cost of $1.5 billion. And we expect to grow that number to 100 projects before year end. Moreover, the Working Capital Advance Program Core 3 and FEMA have implemented will help expedite all future projects, since it provides 20% of the total cost of each project up front. On the other hand, in accordance with its public-private partnership contract with PREPA and the P3 Authority, LUMA has connected to the grid more than 33,000 distributed generation systems, mostly solar, in residences and businesses, and this has more than doubled the amount that had been added to the grid during prior years. They have also replaced more than 3,800 transmission and distribution poles and repaired multiple power substations. In addition, the Puerto Rico Department of Housing is installing solar and battery systems on all homes rebuilt under the R3 program, and just recently increased the number of contractors to ramp up these installations. It also has begun the process for the administration of $1.3 billion in CDBG-DR funds for microgrids and energy storage systems for remote communities and first response agencies. The first of these projects will be built in our primary medical center, Centro Médico, and we intend to request proposals for its design and construction by the beginning of next year. Further, the Department of Housing and the Green Energy Trust will use $500 million in CDBG MID funds, which my administration has allocated to assist low and low-middle income families and small and medium businesses in acquiring renewable energy systems. With this allocation, we expect to have anywhere between 20,000 and 25,000 additional solar systems and solar communities across our island. The Green Energy Trust will also pursue other funding avenues, including, but not limited to, the Investment and Infrastructure Jobs Act and the Inflation Reduction Act, which can finance programs that promote the development of green energy projects. Specifically, its Board of Trustees, PJ is on the board, has been actively involved in participating in the National Green Bank Consortium, National Green Bank Summit, and the National Working Group to develop proposals. And the trustees have obtained a commitment from the Department of Energy to provide them technical assistance from the National Renewables Energy Lab. Puerto Rico is also joining the New York State Energy Research and Development Authority for DOE's Regional Clean Hydrogen Hubs program under the Infrastructure and Investment Jobs Act. The proposal for this program will include projects in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Maine, and Puerto Rico. And thanks to new funding from the U.S. Department of Energy, we're advancing energy efficiency initiatives, which include a $38 million grant for the Weatherization Assistance Program that will help us impact over 5,000 residents by replacing refrigerators, air conditioning units, and water heaters with energy-efficient ones. Furthermore, We will be providing training and capacity building to government employees to better manage energy resources and consumption. And we're activating mechanisms to enter into energy savings contracts, also known as ESCOs, so that companies can register and qualify to partner with our government in projects to enhance energy savings. I also assigned $20 million of ARPA funds to the Apoyo Energético program of our Department of Economic Development and Commerce, which is assisting nearly 900 small businesses by funding solar and battery systems and electrical vehicles charging stations. And I'm looking for ways to expand the reach of this excellent program by allocating additional state or federal funds. Moreover, the federal government approved our Highway and Transportation Authority plan to develop an island-wide corridor of rapid charging stations, which will start next year as part of the National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Program. I know that many of our partner companies and stakeholders for the installation of all these systems are here today, and we count on you to continue to grow to be able to keep up with this growing demand. As most of you know, we have already completed the contracting process for 18 renewable energy projects approved by the Puerto Rico Energy Bureau, which will add close to 850 megawatts of generation, as well as 200 megawatts of energy storage. I see that the developers of some of these projects are here, and I want to reiterate my administration's full support in facilitating and fast-tracking your projects. Additionally, a second tranche of projects called for in Puerto Rico's Integrated Resources Plan is already underway and will add another 1,000 megawatts of renewable energy and an additional 500 megawatts of storage to our generation system. And the process to continue adding industrial renewable energy projects will become more agile now that we have put the structures in place to bring the projects to fruition. All these efforts are aimed at redesigning and strengthening our energy transmission and distribution network, as well as our power generation, so that we can replace our current integrated system with a new, modern, and interdependent one that by 2050 will fully rely on renewable energy sources. My commitment to this transformation is so strong that I created a new position in my office, the Deputy Chief of Staff for Energy Affairs, to assist me in achieving it. Before I conclude, I want to announce a new website that we have created to ensure that our energy transformation process is transparent and available for all to follow. You can now go online at www.energy.pr.gov, and you will be able to see information about Puerto Rico's energy public policy laws, diverse funding sources, approved projects, and timetables. It is a valuable new tool to support our efforts, and I hope you will all benefit from it. Our administration will continuously be adding data as it becomes available in order to keep our people and our stakeholders informed of every headway we make. The transformation of our energy system is complex and will take time. And I am confident that we're on the right path to guarantee access to clean, reliable, and resilient energy for everyone in Puerto Rico. I count on all of you to partner with us to make it possible. Thank you all very much.
Buenos días, ¿cómo están? Morning to you all. My name is Javier.